Bitcoin has gone crazy, and as a savvy investor, do you know the difference between Bitcoin and gold? Which one is a better investment for you? That's what we're going to figure out in this video. Hi, my name is Yolanda. I'm a wealth advisor, and on this platform, I give you easy, actionable tips, content, and strategies that you can use to manage your money well and to build generational wealth. So today we're talking about Bitcoin and we're talking about gold, and we're going to try and understand the differences between the two in order to make a more appropriate investment as an individual investor. So Bitcoin, blockchain technology, what is it all about? It's basically digital currency, digital money that is mined, kept in a digital platform on your app, for example. And you purchase these, or you can mine those. Now, mining is a completely different aspect, a lot of technicalities involved, so we're not going to touch that. We're just going to go into the basically buying Bitcoin. And if you look at this video over here, go to that video, I'll explain how to buy Bitcoin and other forms of cryptocurrency in South Africa. So you buy Bitcoin. It's basically digital money that you hold in your wallet. And what do you do with it? You can spend it if you want, but ideally a savvy investor would hold it. A savvy investor would buy low and sell high. So you have this digital money, this digital currency, but how does it compare to gold, one of the most ancient forms of wealth? King Solomon had it laden in his temple. John the Revelator said that the streets of heaven were paved with gold. Even baby Jesus had gifts of gold brought to him as a baby. So gold has always been a sure source of wealth, from current day coins and bars that you can hold on your person to even the larger kilo bars for the serious investor that you can really make some good money. But let's look at the differences between gold and Bitcoin. Firstly, both gold and Bitcoin are very interchangeable. In most parts of the world, it's very easy to exchange a gold coin for fiat currency or regular paper money like we call it. And it's the same with Bitcoin as well. It's easy to sell on an exchange. It literally takes you a few seconds. So when it comes to exchangeability, Bitcoin scores more points than gold. Secondly is portability. Now, if you're investing in gold coins, it's portable. As you know, you can stick it in your wallet and walk it around with it. But if you want to be a really serious precious metals investor, you're going to start accumulating a large volume of mini coins and bars. In a few years' time, a couple of decades' time, you would have accumulated quite a large sum. It's not as easy to move if you're really all out into investing in precious metals. Whereas with Bitcoin, it's basically a digital wallet that you carry around with you. Even if you don't have this phone, you can access that very same wallet on any computer with the proper kind of security. So when it comes to portability, it's a win for Bitcoin. Then there's durability. Now, coins are basically indestructible. I have coins that are over 100 years old. All right. And it's the same with Bitcoin. Once you have it in your wallet, it's indestructible. Nobody can hack into it. It's completely secure. So when it comes to destructibility, it's a win-win for both Bitcoin and gold. Then there's divisibility. By divisibility, I mean how easy it is for a unit of that particular asset class to be broken up. Now, the smallest coin that you can get is a 1/10th coin, and a 1/10 Kruger Rand now would set you back around 3,500–4,000 Rand. Whereas with a Bitcoin, although it's sitting at maybe just under 500,000 Rand or so, you can break that up in parts to whatever amount of Satoshi you want, and you can send that specific amount to anybody. Now, it's not the same with coins. The coins, it's that bare minimal value that has to be exchanged. So you can buy a loaf of bread with Bitcoin, but you can't buy the same with gold. I mean, if you're going to do a transaction with gold or gold coin, you got to get something of equal value back to really feel that ROI as an investor. So when it comes to divisibility, it's a win for Bitcoin. Then there's security in the terms of counterfeiting. Bitcoin cannot be counterfeited. There's only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever be in circulation, and it can't be duplicated, especially since it's on a central register. Whereas with gold, we all heard the stories about fool's gold, bars of brass or bronze that are coated with gold. So it's very easy to duplicate gold. However, in modern times, it's very easy to pick up a gold meter that will test your gold, or even a chemical check for gold as well. It's a very simple thing to do. So when it comes to securitability in terms of counterfeiting, it's thumbs up for Bitcoin. Then it comes to the ease of going through a transaction. Now, not everybody would want to trade in gold, especially somebody who doesn't really know the value of gold. And right now, depending where you are in the world, people might not be keen on trading in Bitcoin either. Basically, it's new. It's about 12 years old or so. But as time goes on, more and more people will be more willing to trade in Bitcoin. And we see it happening every day as more institutions, more banks are getting into Bitcoin, more companies are opening up to receive Bitcoin. In fact, even in South Africa, a payment gateway like PayFast accepts Bitcoin payments. So the company would accept your Bitcoin as a customer, they'd convert it to rands and then settle that amount with the seller. All right, so it is becoming a more acceptable form for transacting as opposed to gold. Whereas if you want to do an online transaction with gold, you can't really do it unless you want me to ship you my 1/10 or a quarter ounce Kruger. All right, so when it comes to the ease of transactions, it's a win for Bitcoin. Let's look at supply. Now, gold comes from the earth. It comes from the earth. It's mined from the earth. There's no infinite supply of gold. Eventually, our supply of gold will run out. And it's the same with Bitcoin. Only 21 million coins will ever be circulated on this planet in the history. Ever. There won't be more than 21 million coins. So when it comes to scarceness, it's a win for both Bitcoin and gold. Then there's sovereignty. Bitcoin is not really backed by governments. I do know that the South African Reserve Bank has done a 3-month trial with ETH that went very well a couple of years ago. But there's no countries, sovereign governments, backing Bitcoin as a currency right now, as opposed to a dollar or a euro or pound or even a South African rand. Whereas coins are backed by sovereign governments. The Kruger is backed by the South African government. The Britannia is backed by the British government. The Maple is backed by the Canadian government. All right. So with certain coins, they're backed. Sovereign coins are backed by sovereign governments. They will pay you the equivalent. Some coins have a face value. So when it comes to sovereignty, gold comes out on top. Then it comes to centralization and regulation. Now, we all know one of the many favorite things that we love about Bitcoin is that it's not regulated. It's a decentralized platform. So it's a win for Bitcoin. Whereas with gold, when you initially buy a gold from an official gold supplier in South Africa, you are required to do full figure, or as it's known in the rest of the world as KYC, know your customer. All right, so that first initial transaction, when you buy from a gold supplier, you are required to produce your figure. So the government knows where the gold is going. So that's the basic comparisons between gold and Bitcoin. But which one is a better bet for you? Well, it basically depends on your needs. Personally, I would pick gold over Bitcoin, mainly because of the sovereign backing. We know gold, we trust gold. It's been around forever. It's always been a sure source of wealth. Currencies have come and gone. Economies have collapsed on fiat currency. And with Bitcoin not really having something backing this as a currency, it's very hard to get behind as an investor. I'm not saying I don't invest, but when it comes to real wealth generation and putting my money into something that I know that can yield me a result years down the line, something that I can pass on to generations, I would pick gold. I do invest in Bitcoin, but not as much as I do in precious metals. All right, so that's my comparison. I hope you found some value in this video where you can see the differences between gold and Bitcoin, and I hope that it helped you make a better decision on which you should be investing in. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification as well. So every time I come up with a new video, you're going to be the first to hear about it.